Hi there YouTube, I'm Hunterport. This is my first video I'm going to put on YouTube. And before I make my other ones, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about myself. Growing up in high school, I was the average kid. Played all the sports, football, basketball, ran track, flirted with girls, hung out with friends, got in trouble here and there, the usual. My first 2 years of high school went great, couldn't ask for anything better. My junior year, on the other hand, is when my life took a very dramatic turn. About 3/4 of the way through my football season, a kid decided to spear me in the left leg. It took me down. It dropped me. I was limping when I was walking. I couldn't run full speed, but I still ended up playing. I just fought my coaches left and right not to go to the doctor, because if I went to the doctor, I'd be benched for 2 weeks. Playoffs coming up, I wasn't going to do it. So, with my leg hurting so bad, I didn't play basketball that season. And, finally track came around and I was feeling a little bit better. So once the season started, again, I wasn't able to run. The pain came back in my leg and all this stuff. And finally, I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, and he told us that there was something that was wrong, but he wouldn't tell us. So, we called our family doctor. He's a veteran. He got shit done. So we turned around. He found out that I might have cancer. So kind of a big shocker. I was like, oh crap, cancer. So we went to the Mayo Clinic 3 days before my 18th birthday and got confirmed that I have bone cancer, osteosarcoma. At first I was kind of like, oh, it's not so bad. A lot of people have cancer and they beat it. So I was pretty optimistic. And it was nowhere vital. It was in my leg. What's the worst case scenario? Are they going to amputate? So, I ended up starting my chemotherapy in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I had, I believe, 48 treatments. 48 weeks, Monday through Friday, got the weekend off. So I spent a good majority in the hospital. I met my nurses and I met other, individuals who had cancer. I was quite blessed to go through the chemotherapy as well as I did. I met a young girl, a little younger than I was, who had the same exact cancer, pretty much in the same exact spot, and she lost her leg. Chemotherapy made her extremely ill. She was always sick. Hardly got to, go to her room and talk to her about stuff. And I was the complete opposite. I got a little tired and run down, but for the most part, I never got sick. And we had a tornado drill one night where a kid was wheeled out of his room in his bed because he was so violently ill from the chemotherapy that he couldn't even get himself out of bed. So I still thank God to this day that I was able to go through it as well as I did. So moving on, about halfway through my treatment, I was given a choice. I went back to Mayo Clinic and they said, we can cut out the tumor to where we will cut through nerves and your foot will be floppy, which means I will not be able to lift my toes up. I'll drag it and I have to wear a brace the rest of my life. And I won't be able to run. Or I can amputate. And I believe within the first 10 seconds, I looked the doctor dead in the face and I said, take my leg.